Hey guys, it's Alpha back again with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the current markets and where we should invest our crypto, if we should invest, kind of self-reflecting on what we've been doing the last few months and the last few weeks. So if you like my content and you like what I'm doing, please leave a like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. Let's get started. So not to toot my own horn like they would say, my initial thesis was correct. If you watched my last Alpha of the Week, or the one that there was the week before that, we kind of talked about how the current market at that time was not showing much strength. In the time that we've accumulating and buying all the coins and all the coins I talked about on this channel, we've always mentioned that the market is understanding where we're at and where we're going, and also how we want to allocate and the timeline that we want to allocate our funds is very important. So let me go back to what I was talking about according to my original thesis. So if you haven't watched my other video, I was talking about this. So around the 28th or 29th, I made a video of my last Alpha of the Week, which is a week ago. And I mentioned that because of this dip right here, that does not mean we are in a bear market, but it also does not mean that we're in a bull market either. And I want to make this video and also my future videos a timeless place of understanding, because if we don't have an understanding of how we want to navigate these markets, we're going to lose money no matter what coin we buy, right? That's just not the alpha way. That's not the way that you should be allocating during a crypto market, whether it's bull or bearish. We shouldn't be that worried about price action. We should be more worried on how we should allocate our funds. So I mentioned in the last video that if we were to allocate funds over here, or the majority of our funds over here, we would have incurred this dip, or we can incur a pump. I've also talked about how neither the pump or the dump would indicate that we're in a bull or bear market. This is not enough to tell us we're in a bear market. And if it pumped back up to 58,000, that's not indicative enough to show us that we're in a bull market. What's actually going to tell us that we're in a bull market is when Bitcoin passes the all-time highs. If it passes these all-time highs, we know for sure that we're going to go back into a bull market. Now, what am I saying? I'm not saying, oh, let's wait till that, peak to invest again. But what I am saying is this: we have to have a mental playbook of what we have to do now, and not really about what external factors are changing, but what our original thesis was and how we're going to navigate the market. Which brings me back to a quote that I say all the time, which is the real alpha in the market is not the alpha that everyone else knows about, but is the alpha that no one knows about, or very few people know about. Now, at face value, that might sound like just taking the opposite approach of the general consensus, but that's not the full story, because unless you're a day trader or a swing trader, the chances are that you don't have the capital to invest into the markets when they are incurring a dip or when we are in a straight downtrend. So I'm going to be introducing a metric that I haven't introduced yet into this channel, and I don't really believe in this metric, but I want to show you guys why it's important to understand the general consensus behind this metric. And it's called the Fear and Greed Index, and you probably heard about it. So the Fear and Greed Index currently indicates that we're at extreme fear, and it's been hovering around this 10 area. Now, I don't want to get into detail about what this means, but I just want you to understand that the Fear and Greed Index indicates how fearful people are of the market going into a bear market or a continuous downtrend. So this clearly indicates that now is not the time to buy. So it's safe to say that the general consensus is that now is not the time to buy crypto because of the consistent and harsh dips that we've been seeing. If you look at coins like Phantom, they've depreciated about 20% within the last 24 hours. It's crazy. But let's take this metric a little bit further and really delve into inside what it actually means and how the general market sentiment has been since the last few weeks or last month. So these are the historical values that make me believe that it is not the time to buy crypto during this dip, or should I say most crypto during this dip. So these historical values clearly show us how the fear has gradually increased over the last few weeks until today, which is at 10. Now this metric is kind of a double-edged sword, and why is that? Because this would make a lot more sense for coins that are much larger in market cap, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, because we've seen price not really jump up that much and stabilize and not increase in that amount. So if you look at Bitcoin, exactly a month ago from now, it just finished dipping into this crazy amount. And the Fear and Greed Index, as you can see earlier, was in the 20s. And now it's making its way back to the 10. However, this is not the case for most altcoins that are smaller in market cap, such as Phantom. Since the dip that happened on the 3rd, it has appreciated to almost past its all-time highs. So what does this mean for the current trajectory for these altcoins? Well, here's the truth that no one or most people are not going to talk about. And the truth is that these altcoins have a very good chance of being hit very, very hard. So even though the altcoins are winning right now, best believe that if Bitcoin keeps going down, these altcoins are going to go even more down. Now, since we understand the trajectory of the altcoins, depending on where Bitcoin is going to go, at one point, can we say, hey, we're back at a bull market, or we're still going upwards from here? I would like to argue that this movement anywhere below 60K or 70K is not real movement for Bitcoin. And it's not gonna tell us whether Bitcoin is gonna go in a downtrend or an uptrend. I would say that we would have to wait until Bitcoin reaches 70K and passes the all-time highs for us to know we're in a bull market. So what do I recommend for investors like you and me to get into? Well, I would recommend this, getting into gaming coins. Because if you notice the movement of Bitcoin and altcoins in the last few months, it's been really L1 token focused. These Layer 1 tokens have been taking over. And the price of these gaming tokens have not been heavily affected as the altcoins or Bitcoins itself. So let's look at our favorite gaming token on this channel, DeFi Kingdoms. So DeFi Kingdoms has not been heavily affected by the Bitcoin dump. If you look at the price, it's really about around $19. It's been ranging between $19 and $21. And it's really indicative of what future gaming tokens can do. So these gaming tokens aren't that much affected by the chain they're on or even the crypto market as a whole. And if you really understand, the gaming tokens as a whole, you understand that it's actually quite funny, because the overall market, if you look at the metaverse tokens, for example, such as Sand or Wild or Mana, right? They've not been doing that well during the last few weeks or the few months of while Bitcoin has been ranging. However, these gaming tokens have been doing extraordinary things. So TLDR, what I think we should be doing, just stacking those stable coins, turning our cash into stable coins, getting ready to buy when the market is done ranging. All right, guys, that's it for today. So I want to make a quick video. I didn't want to make this out for the week that long. And as you guys know, always, never shilling, never telling you guys to buy tokens just because I think they're good fundamentally. Always interested in buying the tokens at the right time and with a planned time horizon to hold those coins. All right, guys, till next time. See you guys.